Hey guys, welcome to 2022. First day of January. Of the new year. New me, new you, new everything, I guess. I have rice on the floor. I swear we cleaned up that rice last night. After my little accident, celebrating. We won't talk about that. Okay, so what is this? This is I don't know if I'm in the right place. This is just going to be me monologuing and vlogging. I kind of want to vlog this year. I don't know if I want to vlog maybe I should vlog every single day. Maybe that'll be a challenge. Maybe I vlog every day for 365 days. Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I be disciplined enough to do that? Do you reckon? I don't think so, because not only do I have to turn on the camera, which is not only difficult, like it's hard because it's not something that I do every day, but I have to extract the video and then edit it and then publish it. Yeah, but vlogging every day, who knows? Maybe that's a challenge. But anyways, I wanted to start this new channel to document my journey through 2022. I have some big goals, some big ambitions, and I plan that 2022 is going to be a year that I'm going to try much more harder than 2021. I had some things that I wanted to do in 2021. I did try, but it definitely didn't go. The outcomes, I want to say, didn't really get to where they should have been. But instead, I think it's definitely prepared me to use that, hopefully, to get the outcomes I desired in 2022. And I'm super excited. I'm very, very super excited. But again, this entire process of me wanting to document it is to act as a self-reflection point. So I can see, okay, well, this is what I did. These are the things that I can measure. As long as I've somehow documented that in a video, and it's going to help me, I think, accelerate my learning in terms of self-discipline, my problems, and try to make solutions to self-better myself. And I think, again, part of documenting that allows me to have somewhat a third-person perspective to self-reflect and self-review how this all happens apart. It's not more a means of like, oh, I want to grow a YouTube channel. I don't think if I went into doing that and I focus on doing it, it's not going to serve any real purpose in terms of what I want to achieve. And there's quite a bit, and we'll get into that. But because I've tried to grow YouTube channels before as like content creators and things like that, and it's actually much more difficult and challenging than you think. There's a lot more working, and there's a lot more of investments in terms of time and things that you need to do in order to actually do that. And again, if I was to do that, it would basically take so much of my time, and I wouldn't be able to achieve the goals of which I'm trying to which I will go, like my goals, I'll go over in this video. And then you'll start to realize that, hey, if he was going to do YouTube and try to be a content creator, his other goals wouldn't actually work. So this is purely just sort of like vlog. It's actually like a vlog in terms of how I do everything, and just sort of me looking back on what I've achieved. And so I guess let's just move on to what I want to do this year. So I do have some big ambitions this year. One or the main ambition is that I have a hard target of getting $200,000 in assets. $200,000 USD in assets. And I have some plans which I will sort of go on later once I decide to sort of monologue about those plans. But essentially, 200,000 US dollars in assets I want to grow this year. And I'm trying to grow that from my current assets of I think it's around about 5,000, 6,000. Yeah, 5,000 to 6,000 USD at the moment. They're in crypto and they fluctuate, is the reason. I think it should be around about 7,000, which is like around about $10,000 USD. I know, yes, $10,000 Oz, $10,000 Australian, which is around about $7,000 USD. So that's something that's the main goal that I have in mind, to grow that 5,000 USD currently as of today to a hard goal of $200,000 USD. Obviously, I want to push for more, but that is the target this year, to turn that into $200,000. And again, I have some pretty ambitious plans and things that I want to do to achieve that. But the soft target for that is actually just $100,000. It's still quite a bit. Turning $5,000 into $100,000, let alone trying to actually achieve $200,000, is going to be pretty tough. But that's why I think I'm super excited, because there's a lot that I learned last year that I really, really, really want to... I feel like it's prepared me for this year. So I guess it's going to be part of that anticipation and, I don't know, excitement and sort of curiosity in terms of where this will go this year and how far I can go. If I can make anywhere between 80,000, that would be great. But definitely reaching $100,000 as my soft target, definitely beautiful. Anything above that, I'm just gonna smile, dude. I'm just gonna smile across the entire year, as long as I don't lose it. But that's one of my main goals. There are smaller goals that I have. Smaller goals being, I'm gonna sit down. Smaller goals as being getting my driver's license. Not my full driver's license, but just like my P's, not P's, my L's. My L's, and probably working on my P's. Yeah, today I definitely tried to book my L's test, because I'm taking like 2 to 3 weeks off in the next coming weeks to finish school. And that's one thing that I want to do. I want to finish school. I'm doing a Cert 4 in finance and mortgage broking, and I'm taking 2 to 3 weeks off just to complete that. And hopefully I complete it in a short amount of time, because there's quite a bit. Hopefully I finish it in a short amount of time to the point where I do have some free time, and I will use that free time to complete my L's test. But at the moment, I've tried like 3 different locations to book an L's test, and none of them have any bookings now whatsoever. Like, we're talking no bookings for the next 6 months, the next 12 months. I don't know why that is. I guess they're just don't wanting people to do that. Or it could just be because it's the public holiday period and it's like the first day of January. So that could be it. So we'll check regularly every single day to see if I can do that. That's the main thing, because that little goal that I need to complete the L's and actually get my driver's license plays into a bigger reason. I need my ID in order to achieve part of my getting my $5,000 asset to $200,000. I need somewhat of an ID. Even though I do have an ID, there's certain places where they only accept driver's license and a passport. I can get a passport, but getting a passport is like $200 Australian. So kind of like, well, I could just pay $50, do the test, and get the driver's license. Avoid paying $200 to get a passport. But if it comes down to that, I will. But right now, saving money is definitely helps me accumulate that wealth faster. What else is there? So driver's license, maybe a haircut. I think a haircut, definitely. Oh, I want to read that book finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and read that book finish today, just to be like, I did something. It's the first day of January and I did something. So I want to try and read that book finish today. And then tomorrow, I want to see if I can reread. No, I'm not going to say I'll see. Tomorrow, I'm going to start again from start reading. No, I want to say that again. The power of words. Today, I'm going to finish reading that book, Discipline Equals Freedom. And then tomorrow, I'm going to start and finish, right, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've already read it once. I'm going to read it the second time just to refresh my mind, because there's a lot of philosophy in that book, and I want that to carry through with me for the rest of the year. Just follow through the philosophical thoughts that I had when I read through that book. It really opened my mind in terms of not exactly what the book was trying to tell me, but in terms of my own views and my own perspective and my own values in terms of what that book was trying to say. And I think I want to refresh my mind on what I thought and use that to carry me through the next 365 days of this year. So that's tomorrow. Obviously, I want to read more books, but and I'm definitely going to read more books, but that'll be later on in the year. These are the two books that I've already read, but I'm going to reread again just to get the knowledge in my head, because knowledge is power, and if I need anything, I need power to carry me through the next 365 days. And if I want to achieve something which is pretty astronomical, growing $5,000 asset into $200,000, I need as much power as I can, like as much power. Okay. Well, the way that I look at it is I need as much power as I can to grow that power to more power, right? I need more power to generate more power, essentially. What else is there? There's a few things on my mind that I want to purchase, but they're kind of more of like just small little incentives that kind of keep me going, keep me pushing, going through. I'm a materialistic kind of person, but I'm materialistic to the point where I do it because it's to the benefit of myself in terms of like the stuff that I purchase. I don't purchase like useless stuff. I like to think I like to purchase things that have function and efficiency. And one of those things I want to purchase is the new iPhone this year. It's the iPhone 14. My birthday is on the 14th. Okay, it's a lucky number, and even though that I am very skeptical of luck, we had this conversation with my girlfriend yesterday, and like I kind of like think that she was really surprised in terms of my mind how I view luck, and it's very logical thought to luck, and with it being number 14 and my birthday's on the 14th, I feel like the number itself, 14, is like a symbolism of luck. No, it's not lucky itself, because obviously it's a cumulative. Like the number 14 is the 14th in line, and I always just happened to be born on the 14th. Those are just coincidence, but the symbolism itself is luck, and I feel like purchasing it it's just a fun thing. And like I have an iPhone, and the current iPhone I have is an iPhone 8, and they're up to 14. So I've done a good few years without upgrading, and I was gonna upgrade last year, but I was kind of like, no, just wait for the 14, because you love the 4, because my first iPhone was the 4, and I was kind of like, you know what, wait for it. And I think this year I definitely want to buy the 14, but we're gonna go out with like the best, right? The Pro Max, the everything that's like $2,000 Australian in my pocket. That's not like $2,500 in my pocket that I need for later on. So that's something that I want to purchase. I haven't sort of figured out how I'm going to purchase it yet. I don't know if I want to buy in cash or go on a plan. I think it's going to be more wise for me to buy it in cash and then go on like a small on a small plan just to get that credit, because I need credit and I need internet. Internet just needs to be accessible, but I'm not going to like buy something that I'm not going to use. There's definitely going to be a lot less of that this year. I want a new Apple Watch. I want a new iPad mini. I want I don't know if I want a new MacBook Pro. I don't know. Maybe a new computer. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't really need it, but it depends, right? These are the small things that I don't really need, but definitely something to keep me motivated. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna even buy it, depending on where I am and where the current climate is when it comes to money, in terms of assets. It depends on when we get there and how we get there and what is available. But those are some things that I'm looking forward to this year, in terms of sort of like my goals, my plans. What else is there? there was one other big goal that I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to mainly just like stepping stones in terms of work. I want to increase my base pay. I want to increase my base pay to at least by 10,000. So my current position at the moment is $50,000 per annum Australian, and which is not a lot. It's just like above minimum wage, but I want to increase that to at least 60k this year, and we'll see how we go. That's also another goal of mine. Definitely a few ways to go around, but I've thought about it quite some time. There's definitely a few ways to go about that, and definitely keen to make progress by at least $10,000 in terms of base. And getting that certificate would definitely beneficial in terms of trying to achieve that goal. So there's definitely, I have a lot of plans in terms of like where I'm going. It's not like something that I'm just sort of, hey, I'm going to turn this vlog on and just sort of gone on a whim. But I've planned it out. I've made some thought. Again, I think last year was a lot of learning, a lot of understanding, and as coming into this new year, I think I've realized that this year has a lot of potential for me to be able to use what I learned last year, and I can't just go in thinking that I'm going to do, but I need to come up with a plan, and a lot of it I do have a plan. Sorry for shaking you there. What else is there? I can't really think of it on my head. I need to note all this down too. Oh yeah. This year, because of what I learned last year, and that is assets. You have to think of, in order to achieve what I wanted to achieve, and that is to like make a lot of wealth, be rich, and make a lot of money. You need to think and consider everything as assets. So obviously money, people think money is money, but I think money as an asset. And I think money as an asset, if you think it in a different way, in a different perspective, it gives you a better idea of how to better approach situations, with perhaps maybe spending it or using it for other purposes. And I think one of the best, most undervalued assets, or assets that people don't really understand is an asset and they don't appreciate, is time. I think understanding that this year, I have to make a really big sacrifice, and that is I will do my best. I can't even say I will do best. I will not, because coming back to that book, right? This is why I need a lot of power. I need a lot of power to push myself. Okay, it's really hard to change yourself, but you got to make a lot of sacrifices, and it starts with commitment, and commitment starts with you telling yourself you will do it, not you will try, you will do it. And that is, I will not be playing and buying video games this year. If you know me, I've grown up playing video games, and I'm part of that video game culture. I'm a nerd. I play a lot of video games. I buy a lot of video games. My Steam account is like worth a few $10,000, and tens or thousands of dollars. And like my League of Legends account alone is like valued of like it's cosmetic area is valued at like I don't know, maybe like $2,000. Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. But hey, if I had to spend all that money again to get where I am now, I definitely would. It's an investment, is the way that I like to think about it, optimistically. But if I think about it now, all that money I spent on video games, I would definitely take it all back, as long as I maintain the knowledge that I do now. And definitely could have if I could take all the money that I spent on video games alone and actually use it in a way that I understand assets now, I definitely would be close to being I wouldn't even be close to a millionaire. I would be a millionaire. I would actually, period. Absolutely, period. And going to life, turning 26 this year, definitely it has to change. It has to change. So the unfortunate part about video games is that, and this is sort of like a philosophy, or like a thought, an idea that I realized today, because, or not today, but like yesterday as well, because I was like, there's a new game coming out. Not really a new game, a game that I already own. It's called Monster Hunter. And I've been looking forward to this game. The PC version is coming out on the 12th United States time, which is the 13th on Australian time. I've been looking forward to this game for like ever since it came out on the Switch, which I already own and which I've already played, and I love it to bits. And the reason I want to play it on PC is because all my friends play it on PC, and I want to play with my friends with them because they're the ones that actually got me into Monster Hunter. But the unfortunate thing about Monster Hunter, and I'm really sorry, boys, is that when you look at assets, right? When you look at assets, not only are you spending money on the game, which is fine. Spending money is fine because you can always make more amounts of money with the other asset, which is time, right? But the unfortunate thing about video games is not only are you spending money, but you're also spending time. And time for me this year, 365 days, how many hours that is, that's very important to me. And unfortunately, if I was to buy the game, I also need to invest amount of time. And for every hour that I spend, how much money could I be working to get that amount of assets back? So it is, like, if you think about it in terms of like how much assets you're actually wasting and how much you could exchange your time into whatever assets that you need, in this case money, it's unfortunate, but unfortunately I will not be playing games this year. Not buying games this year, it's really hard, man. It's really hard. And I don't even know if I will, but it starts by committing. And that is, I repeat to myself when I watch this video, I will not be buying games this year. I will not be playing games this year. Well, I mean, when I say play games, I will not be playing the games that I am going to be purchasing this year because I'm not going to be purchasing them, so I can't play them. Right? But all the existing games, though, there are a few exceptions. There are a few exceptions to playing video games. If I need to wind down, because obviously 365 days of doing this perfectly, I need to not burn out. And I need to either find ways that are productive enough to not burn out, like meditation, things like that. And if I can't do those, then redoing the things that I've known that works for me is going to be something that I'm going to resort to. And that may be playing video games, because sometimes you just need to space out. I used to use alcohol. I used to abuse alcohol to be able to space out and just to calm down, but I can't use alcohol anymore. So I need to use other forms of more organic measures of cooling down and spacing out and just relieving stress, negative stress, or, just getting time for myself. Maybe going for a walk and exercise. I do need to do that too. But once, I need to find a more sustainable way of relieving myself. And if I can't, down the line, or I struggle to, perhaps revisiting old video games will be a way of me to do that. So not necessarily I will not be playing any video games. It's just that I will not be playing any games that require me to purchase this year, because it's just a 2-in-1. And right now, I need to achieve quite a bit. That means I need to minimize and maximize everything that I've got, which plays into the goal. Okay, plays into that goal. What else is there? What other goals are there this year? That's gonna be a tough one, man. That's gonna be a really tough one. This one here. It's definitely like this particular goal here is definitely something that's sort of, it's been happening quite often, and as the years go on, and it is spending less time with friends. Let's face it. Between you and me, right? Me spending time with friends doesn't serve any purpose in terms of what I'm trying to achieve this year. I've tried to engage my friends to sort of build the same mindset and the same ethics, the same principles, to try and sort of like, when they come to me or we come together, it'll be more like a constructive, more like a business, trade ideas, trade valuable our thoughts to help us better ourselves. But every time they go on, we convene, right? Every time we convene, it's more about them just wanting to enjoy their time, which is what normal people do. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. They just do that. They just love to enjoy life, essentially. But at this moment in time, I'm not about enjoying life, right? I want to better my future. And that means I need to make the sacrifices of enjoying my life right here, right now, right? At this moment in time, right? They are on Discord. They are on Discord together watching Witcher 3. If you think about it, watching Witcher 3, not watching Witcher 3, it's watching Witcher Season 2 together, right? If you think about it, in terms of time, what are they doing with their time? They're entertaining themselves. They're distracting themselves. They're like, ooh, oh, yes, very interesting. But does that put any knowledge into their brain? Does that inspire them in any single way or form? Does that do anything for them in terms of making themselves better? I like to think not, because, well, I mean, I can't think of what they're thinking, right? But I can only think about what I'm thinking. And that is, if I was to do that, I'd probably just sit there and watch there for 2 hours, however long they're going to sit there for. And I'm just be like, oh, great, it's a show. Did that time that I spent in that show, say 2 hours, did that do anything for me? Did that change my life? Did that inspire my life? Did that inspire me to do anything? Does that make me, I don't know, wake up early in the morning? Does that, it doesn't have to make you money. It can make you change, right? Did that do anything? It might have made you happy. It might have made you relieve stress. Maybe, right? But for me, definitely it wouldn't have. You can also argue, well, I mean, you're sitting here and talking to a camera. What is that doing? Well, I mean, it's doing a lot of things. It's a self-point of reflection. It's me coming to terms with myself, saying, this is what I said I would do at the beginning of the year. Try to keep your word. You will keep your word. And you will continue on. It serves a purpose. And I think that's another goal that I want to sort of put onto myself. I want to use my time more effectively, and I need to think of what I'm doing. If I'm sitting in the toilet, right, taking a dump, how can I maximize my time sitting on the toilet? And it's simple, I want to learn crypto trading. I want to learn how to trade crypto. I'm kid you not, every time I'm going to sit in the toilet, I'm gonna take out my phone. I'm going to take out my phone. I'm going to look at the markets when I sit and I take a dump. That's how efficient I want to be with my time, right? I kid you not. I want to minimize and maximize everything. I tend to daydream a lot, think a lot about all these great ideas, these great philosophical thoughts, and I think they help build up who I am. And but it's gonna be less of that and more of doing. Okay, this year. I can't think of anything else. What else is there? So no video games. Spend better time doing things that's going to be better for me to help me achieve my goals. What else is there? Oh yeah, I want to get a second job. So my second job will be day trading. I want to be self-employed. I want to grow that. I want to be a successful day trader so I can grow and use that as a second job to be able to have a second, a plan B of raising my income, my base income. That's something that I need to do a lot of research, a lot of understanding, and then most importantly, execute correctly. And I think that's going to be really challenging, but if I can pull it off, I think it will help accelerate a few of my goals. And a lot of these things intertwined and they play into each other. And I think a lot of my planning makes sense logically. What else is there, boys? What else is there? I want to get rid of my kidney stones. So if you don't know, I suffer from 2 kidney stones. One, from the last time I checked, which was 6 months ago, I have a 7mm kidney stone, around about 7mm kidney stones in both my kidneys, my left and my right. And I was given advice to go see a person, a specialist, so I can get it sorted 6 months ago. And I haven't, 8 months ago, and I haven't even done that. It's mainly because I'm afraid of the costs and the time that I need to take away from work. But at the moment, it's not really causing me any pain. Fingers crossed, touch wood. I don't want that to happen anytime soon. But I can sort of feel it, and it's changed sort of, the way that I feel in terms of when I do certain things, like go for a walk, and yeah, it's definitely played on my mind. But I do want to actually do something for myself about that this year, and I want to make sure that I get that resolved this year. Make sure it's not something that's stops me from doing what I need to this year. Like, I don't want it to become an obstacle. I need to resolve that as quickly as I can. I want to get my teeth cleaned. I haven't had my teeth cleaned for like years, and I need to actually go to the dentist. It's probably going to cost me like $200-300 just to get it cleaned, and it's going to take me like maybe 3 hours because I don't drive. To get there, to get the procedure done, and then come back home and just be like, you know what, that wasn't so bad. $300, absolutely fine. Just something that I haven't done, but I need to. That's on my list. What else is there? I know a lot of people are like, thinking, what about spending time with your family? Just, like, spending time with family. Family is important, don't get me wrong. Family is important, but if you're somebody like me, you have to make sacrifices. You have to come to terms with yourself. You can only choose one, right? Do you choose that, or do you choose the future, right? And like, spending, and it's an unfortunate thing. And I think about this a lot. A lot of people who get up there, they always say the one thing, that is, spend time with your family, because no matter how far you get, the time that you lose with your family is the most important thing. But I truly believe you can't get up there unless you make those sacrifices. And that's something that I'm willing to make. I will definitely spend time with my family, just say, hey, how you going? Which reminds me, I've got to call up my dad, my mom, and just be like, hey, happy New Year. But, spending actual time with family, it's not something that I've ever done. And I don't really like doing, because my family is just a mess all the time. But spending time with my girlfriend's family, definitely there will be time where I will for sure dedicate my precious time to spending time with them. But it's not like I'm going to spend time with them every single day. That's I don't do that anyways. But let's just say I definitely want to spend a little bit more time than I did last year with them this year. But I definitely want to keep my time to myself to pursue what I need to get, because at the end of the day, let's face it, right? I know it sounds heartless, right? But that's the real world, right? Think about it. That's the real world. If you don't fight for your future, if you don't get your own future, if you don't put in the work to build your future, who will? Who will? Let me ask you that question. If you don't put in the time to build your future, who will? Do you think your mom and your dad is going to take the time to build your future? No. Do you know why? Because they will die eventually. And when they're dead, who will do that? If not you. Do you think your girlfriend is going to stay with you if you can't even put your life together and actually build your own life, because you need to be able to build your own life so you can look after somebody else's life? No. I want to be the person who does. Period. Well, it's not like I want to. I've made up my mind I am going to be that person who does that, right? My mom has always taught me that as being the eldest child, and I think it's more like an Asian stereotype thing, but it's like, you're the eldest child. You need to be the one that does everything. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. You need to be the one. And, as much as I don't like it, but, thinking about it, yeah, you know what? There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of honor. There's a lot of all these things that I like about it. But it's a lot of hard work, but if I can pull it off, I am unique. I am special. I am that leader. I am like the shepherd, essentially, of the family. And that's somebody who I want to be, and that's somebody who I'm making a lot of sacrifices to be. That's what it means to grow up. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. Not I want to do, what I'm going to do. Yeah. What else is there? What else is there this year? I can't really think of it on top of my head right now. Do I want to drink less coffee? No. I probably should though. I mean, I only have like 2 cups of coffee a day. That's not a lot. That's not even 2 cups. Like a normal 2 cups of coffee is like 2 teaspoons of coffee. I have a coffee with 2 sugars and 1 teaspoon of coffee. I have 2 of those. So I have equivalent to 1 adult serving of coffee. And my body still thinks it's too much. Like, yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. What else? What else is there? Oh god, that's a hard one. I'm coming back to, like, you know, thinking about it. I guess more or less it comes down to, like, really me trying to innovate, research, learn, and innovate how I'm going to spend my time, because I need to spend my time wisely and effectively in order to have it snowball into my main goal. If I don't do that correctly, it's going to hit me. It's going to definitely lower my goal, right? Like, it's definitely going to do that. So yeah, I hope that, you know, in time, as I vlog every single day, it helps me, it really does help me get a clear picture of where I'm headed, and, like, help me refine my process and what I'm doing. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, like, there's a lot more. I think I just can't think of it on the top of my head. There's a lot more. So the recap: 200k hard cap, not hard cap, hard goal, soft goal 100k, 10k base increase, second job. Well, actually, I want a second job, and I want like 3 sources of passive income. Right now I have 1 source of passive income. I want 3 sources of passive income, so 2 extra sources of passive income. No video games. Sorry, boys. No video game purchases this year. No spending time on new video games. Spending time more effectively, because time is an asset. Every single minute, every single hour is an asset that I need to spend correctly if I want to achieve my goals. I will finish that book today. I will finish that book tomorrow. What else is there? I forgot. This is why I need to write it down. I'm going to edit this video. Probably not even edit. I'm gonna like just throw it on there, and then yeah. But I need to take notes. I need to write it down. There's a lot more. And oh yeah, I want to write down on, like, oh right, I want to So a lot of my time, which I've been doing this year or last year, is I've been doing a lot of research. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I know, like, watching a lot of YouTube videos is not really useful for your time, but I don't watch generic YouTube videos. Well, I listen to a lot of music. Other than listening to music, obviously I'm going to try and reduce that. I'm going to reduce that. I love music. I watch a lot of, like, YouTube informational videos, whether they're about history. A lot of to do is about finance and current crypto markets and the global market as a whole. It's very informational. I want to write down and note down as much as I can what I've learned, so I can, you know, flip through like a book and just sort of refresh my memory, because if I can note down patterns and thoughts, I think it will help me be sharper in terms of using my time more effectively and spending my assets more wisely. We're not spending, we're quote unquote investing, but I call it spending. So, because I'm not spending my money on stupid shit like video games, I'm spending it on more assets, which are going to multiply my position. So note taking and revising. I want to learn more. I learned so much last year. I kid you not. I tell my friends all the time what I've learned last year in 8 months, because I started my new job on February, in 10 months, because it's been 2 plus 10 is 12, because basic maths. In 10 months, I kid you not, is the equivalent of 20 years. People learning things over a 20-year period, because what I've started to notice is that majority of adults, once they finish school and they get their job, they actually spend a lot less time learning. And, you know, on the contrary to me, I feel like I've learned so much more because I've switched industries. I went from like an IT industry to a finance industry, and I've had to accumulate a lot of finance knowledge. And I feel like I've learned what people would have taken 20 years to learn. And I've learned that in 10 months. And I want to learn twice as much. And I'm going to learn twice as much by reading more and exposing more of my time, my assets, my time to actually go through, understand different perspectives, come up with my own theses, and actually pursue my goals this year. So yeah, to me, in the future, 365 days, you're bright, you're bold, you're stupid, you're naive, you don't know what's going to happen this year, you've got plans for it, right? Tread carefully, do less thinking, right? And do more. Spend less time. Well, actually, I'm not going to say that. Spend more time wisely. Time is your best investments, right? Make sure you choose the right options, not the wrong ones, right? Period. Okay. Let's get going. Time is now. Hey guys, it's like, I don't know what time it is. All I know is that after I did my talk, I went to go to the toilet, and then I had some lunch. I drank some juices, and then I went to go read. And I pushed myself to read the book Finish, and I just finished. And what it's taught me is that discipline is definitely the way to go. But most importantly, it inspired me to want to do some exercise. Not just exercise, but working out a little bit. I'm very skinny, and another goal of mine is to actually put on some weight. I'm like borderline 39. I used to be 40, but now I'm like 38 to 39 because I've just not been putting on weight. In fact, I'm not eating enough. So definitely it's put some thought in my brain that, yeah, maybe, you know, waking up early in the morning and actually getting some exercise will not only help me with my sleep, but also make me hungry and make my body sort of like function a bit more better. And in doing so will make me eat more, make me more hungry. Even though a lot of that book towards the end section was kind of like be careful of what you eat. I'm like, bro, I have the complete opposite. I think this is more tailored to normal Americans, where I'm like the complete opposite, where I actually don't eat enough. And obviously I want to eat more, but I shouldn't be eating, you know, the cheat foods. I should be eating the healthy foods, and definitely something I'm gonna be paying attention to. But he says like, don't eat grains. I'm just like, that's the complete opposite of what I was thinking. But you know, I'm definitely not gonna take that advice. I'm definitely gonna try and do what I can in terms of my situation, because you know, eating rice is a thing. But yeah, you know, I think it's as my previous roommates would say to me all the time, it's all about balance. You know, it's all about balance, and I agree with that. And yeah, just a bit of a heads up in terms of what I did. I read that book Finish, like I said I would, and tomorrow I would read that book Finish. I said I would, and It's going good. It's going good. All right. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the book is called Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink. I know I butchered his name. I'm so sorry, but that is the book. I'll put the book title in the description for anybody who watches and is interested in reading the book. I recommend it. I definitely would say that it's like, you know, a 4 out of 10. It's like a New York bestseller timer thingamajiggy. Anyways, it's to give you a synopsis about it. It's basically a different perspective in terms of how you may want to see life a little bit differently. And he does a really good job at illustrating his perspective of how to tackle challenges in life. He has a really good job of sort of putting you in his perspective, and it is really sort of inspirational. And if you really take the time to actually delve into the way that he describes his perspective, it's very eye-opening, it's thought-provoking, and it definitely, it's life-changing. It is life-changing if you absorb the knowledge he's trying to show you. So I would definitely recommend it, for sure. Definitely buy and read again. Second time reading it, by the way. I didn't read the appendices because it's all about working out. And definitely not a workout kind of person, but definitely I want to, you know, just for all the good physiological things, especially to do with mental stimulation and body stimulation, I definitely think that I could do, or I could benefit quite a large amount from that, because I don't actually do it. I think I'm more deficient in that area. You know, if I did invest time as my asset into doing that, I think I could get a lot more out of my body and my mind in doing so. So maybe do it. But yeah, definitely start light by like doing exercises or something like that. But I will keep a note on it and see progress. If there is any. I should. I mean, like, I should. Okay, don't think I should. I will. Okay, I will. At least 15 minutes of my time. I can dedicate 15 minutes of doing something physical with my body. Okay, I'm not gonna say, you know, like, I'm gonna do it. Starting, you know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to go out for a walk. Don't be comfortable, okay? If there's anything that I read from that, like I understood from that book, anytime there's anything that makes me surrender and say, you know, don't, like, just be comfortable. Like, anytime I'm just going to be like, no, I'm going out for a walk. I'm going to change my pants because I'm in pajamas, change my pants, and we're going to go for a walk for 15 minutes, okay? We're gone. I was going to do something else, like fix the chair that we totally just disassembled yesterday. But actually, I'm going to fix the chair first because it's important. No, actually. There's daylight because it's 7 o'clock. There's daylight. I'm going to go out for a walk, 15 minutes, which is something I don't usually do, but we're going to go out in the daylight, 15 minutes, and then we're going to come back. Gotta wear a mask. Don't want to get COVID. 15 minutes just around the block. We're going. Alright, so I got my shoes on. Got my watch on. Alright, we're gonna measure. You know what? Actually, just thought about it. I have an Apple Watch. We could use our Apple Watch to keep a metric of how much exercise we're doing per day. You know what? We're going to try and feel our ring every single day. No, we're not going to try. Well, technically, we can't feel our ring today because we didn't wear the watch today, right? We're gonna feel the ring. We're gonna go for a walk, and we're gonna feel the ring, right? Where's my ring? Where's my phone? Show you. I know some of you may not know what it is, the rings on Apple Watch. Basically, it measures 3 things. How much you stand up in a day, so it recommends you stand up for like 2 minutes every hour, and it recommends you stand up it tracks you that you're standing up for at least 12 hours a day. So that means that you have to be wearing your watch and at least standing up for 2 minutes every hour for at least 12 hours a day in a day, which is your blue ring. I think it's 12 hours. And then your green ring, which is your exercise ring, you set your measurements of how much exercise you want to do. I think for me, it's like 15, 20, 30 minutes. So we're not going to do a 15-minute walk. We're going to do a 30-minute walk to try and fill out the green ring. And then the red ring just measures how your calories burned. I essentially I'm so skinny that just being alive, I burn enough calories to fill my red ring. And on top of that, I think drinking coffee, which accelerates my heart rate, because I think my heart rate beats around about 80, and then drinking coffee, it goes to like 80 to 90, right? That alone is enough, like just sitting down is enough to burn enough calories to fulfill my red ring, which is kind of sad because people who are much more bigger than me in terms of size, like height and width, they struggle to burn the red ring because they actually have to move in order to burn calories. But for me, I'm just sitting here. I'm literally just sitting all day. And then in like 4 hours, it's just like, congratulations. You've completed your red ring, mate. I did no exercise. So that's me and my red ring. But anyways, on my phone, show you. 1, 2, 3. What was that? Okay, I can't show you my code. Where's my ring? Where's my? We're gonna bring some music. I might bring you guys with me. Where's my ring? You can see my rings there. 0. See, that's my rings for the day. That is because I didn't wear my watch today. But if you actually go to see, no. Where's my metrics for like the year? Here. So you can see this year, no rings. If you can focus, can't focus. Okay, anyways. And then these are like, it depends if I'm wearing my watch today, but when there was no COVID lockdown, I was actually fulfilling my rings. Yeah, I was much more active. So this, damn, that's a pretty good month. That was back in May last year. May. And then that was in April. So you can see I was pretty active because I was walking to work and walking back home from work. And walking to work is about 30 to 45 minutes. And I'm carrying like 3 to 4 kilograms of office equipment backwards because I bring my work computer equipment to work and home. But ever since COVID hit and I had to work from home, you can see that I basically did nothing. Start wearing my watch, start going out for exercise, etc., etc. So let's just try to change that. Well, actually, let's not try to change that. We are going to change that, okay? So I want to get some exercise, 30 minutes. Let's get some music, put on some masks, and let's get going. Oh yeah, guys. One other thing. Okay. So one of our goals is to buy one of these, by the way. Yeah. One of those. It should be easy. It shouldn't be too difficult. Very easy. You won't believe it. Oh, back home. Half an hour of just walking around. There was a lot of people. Just walking around. Probably all of them have COVID. It was like trying to dodge lasers, man. I kid you not. But even though it didn't look like there was a lot of people because I didn't actually film where there was a lot of people, yeah, pretty cool. We just walked by. I was just listening to some podcasts about finance, getting my daily dose of markets, just to try to double up on my time. And I was just looking on the ground and I saw 2 4-leaf clovers. It's so exciting. I was like, I'm blessed. I am blessed. Not even luck, but fully blessed. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. Half an hour walk, just on a whim. We're gonna do that, and we filled our ring. Where's my ring? Where's my proof? I need to show you guys proof. Otherwise, you guys won't believe me. But where's my proof? Where's my phone? Oh, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? It's in my pocket. I'm getting it out. 1, 2, 3. There needs to be a way of doing this. You guys can see my dirty dishes. Where's my phone? Where's the app? Where's the app? Here. Boom. See that? Calories burned. Exercise achieved. Standing up. You can go away, dude. Okay, well, obviously, 1, 2, 3. Obviously, we're gonna work on that and try to get that up, the blue ring. That's funny. We're trying to get that up. That's what she says. We're gonna work on the blue ring, but you know, yeah, we'll get to it tomorrow. Obviously, we can't do it right now because time's already been passed. But you know, coming from the book, regret. Okay, we learn from a regret and we move on. Tomorrow, we put on this thing. We get the exercise. Smash out half an hour exercise first thing in the morning. Done. Target is met. Move on to the next thing. We're on a roll. We're on a freaking roll. We've done so much today. So much. And I'm going to edit this video. Put it on. Tomorrow. We've achieved so much. We've won so many battles today. So many battles against myself. I got to fix the chair. We won so many battles today. The snowball. It's building. It's building. Oh yeah. I gotta look at that. Just beautiful piece of architect. You know how much that costs? 2.2 mil. The cheapest that you can buy is like 700k. I don't got 700k lying around. That's our target. All right, that's one of our targets. Like obviously, I want to get 200k to get a deposit on that place, but just, it's beautiful. All right, hopefully it's beautiful. I mean, like it. We can see the outside, but we can't see the inside. That's what I'm terrified about. The inside. Is the inside okay? I don't know. But yeah, you know, a glimpse of what I'm looking forward to in the future.